This is also another topic which is done in grade 12. So I'll be updating you which topics you expect to find in grade 12, like that. So it's better you understand your work in grade 11 so that when you go to grade 12, it becomes, you don't find a challenge there. So our topic is bank reconciliations. We are going to go through this question. I'm sure some of you must have done it in class already by your schools, but if you have not done it, it's fine. We're going to go through it together. We shall be fine. Now, when you look at what is the reconciliation first in place, there are two words here found here. We find in this topic, there is bank and reconciliations. Bank, everyone knows a bank. That's fine. Reconciliation comes from the word reconcile. Reconcile means let's bring things together, okay? Now, why are we reconciling? Remember, if you are doing accounting, by the way, you must treat yourself as an accountant of the business. For example, we are going to do this question. So take yourself to be an accountant of Monthly Trader stores, sorry. Now, why do we reconcile? You as an accountant of Monthly stores, you are keeping your books of accounts, right? Then even the bank, the bank for your company, for Monthly Traders, they also record, you understand? So you find that as you record your books, even the bank is also recording. So you find that sometimes there are some transactions which may take place in the bank and then you don't record them in your books. Also, some transactions you can record them in your books and they don't record, they are not captured in the bank. So by the end of every month, you have to reconcile, okay? You have to do a reconciliation. So where does this reconciliation come? Why do you do the reconciliation? Because you want to make your books agree or have the same amounts with those of the bank. Now, I want to show you something here. If you look at this, remember in accounting, we first look at the required 1.1, update the cash journals for March 2020 by taking into account entries on the bank statement, start with the provisional totals in B. Okay. Then in 1.2, prepare the bank account on 31st March 2020. Also prepare the bank reconciliation statement for March 2020. Thank you. Now, this is the information given to you. A. The balance in the bank account in the general ledger on 1 March 2020 was 12,340 rand. Favorable. This word favorable is very important because you must check it whether it was unfavorable or favorable. I will show you how to use it when you're doing the bank account. B, cash journals for March 2020 before checking the bank statement. Now, this is what we see here. This is your cash receipts journal. Remember from your grade 8, 9, come grade 10, you are doing these journals, right? By now, I expect you to know what a cash receipts journal is. Now, remember, just briefly to remind you, a cash receipts journal, this is what you record where you record all cash receipts. Whenever you receive cash in the business, all the cash transactions which you have to do with the receipts. Whenever you receive money, you record it in the cash receipts journal. Remember, you are the one preparing this also, this cash receipts journal in your books in the company. Then we have the cash payments journal. This is where all the cash paid out of the business, whenever you make any payment in form of cash, you record it in the cash payments journal. This one is also prepared by you in the business. Then part C, you have a bank statement. Now, some of you may have bank accounts. If you don't have a bank account, so your parents have got bank accounts. So every month they receive bank statements. Now, you need to understand what's going on here. This bank statement, is coming from the bank. Okay? You yourself, during the month, you've been recording the cash receipts journal and the cash payments journal. Look at these days, for example, 1st, 7, 14, 21st, and the 28th. Cash payments journal 1, 1st, 2nd, 8th, 17th, 21st, and 30th. Now, you've been recording this. As you record, the banker is also recording on its statement. Okay? Now, end of the month, you receive this statement from the bank. Okay? Now, what do you do? When you receive the statement from the bank, you need to check. You're going to compare it with your cash receipts journal and cash payments journal. Remember, whenever when you receive cash, the bank credits your account. When you pay out to cash, the bank debits. So we have a plus and minus, plus, minus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, plus, plus. So whenever you say plus, it means that the money was coming in. Whenever you see a minus, it means the money was going out. Thank you. Now, we have this. We have the first thing when you receive the statement, what do? You compare it with your journals. Now, all the credits are going to be compared with the cash receipt journal because whenever the bank credits, you record in the cash receipts journal. Then we shall compare, after comparing the credits, we shall compare the debits with the cash payments journal because that one means money was going out of the bank account. Then let's look at also this additional information, the deposit. Please also additional information. Never do a question without doing your addition, checking your additional information. Then we shall see. Okay, we shall look at it also. Now, the first thing, since this is our first lesson, we are going to teach off. We call it matching. You match your bank statement with your the credits, the plus with your cash receipts. Okay. We have, look at this, we have 5,000. You recorded on the first, daddy gave us 5,000, deposited 5,000, and you recorded it, and this amount was for capital. So we have to come look for this 5,000 on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first check only the cash receipts journal with the credits. Okay. Then after that, we shall do the cash payment journal with the debits, as I'm going to show you. All right. Now, the other thing I've not told you, look at our answer book. Always totals, we always start with the totals. If you look at that, for example, 118,960. Where do we get this total? You always start. I think this was a mistake. Okay, let me see quickly. There was a mistake here. Okay, we shall deal with it. That is 11,000. That's total. I'm going to change it because we are supposed to start with 116,000. That's the amount we have to start with, not 11,000. Then when we check the cash payments journal, we are supposed to start with, just a moment, that is stores. It's not the stores. This is not the stores. Just a moment. Yeah, it's the same company. So I'm going to change this figure. This 116,000, even the totals they started with, they were wrong. Okay. So we can't take these totals. Let me check additional information because 11,000. Yeah, we are going to change those totals. Let me first change them first, then we proceed. So the first thing I was saying that the first thing you do, take the totals given to you. We are going to start with these totals in the banker column. of the cash receipts journal. We also take the banker column of the cash payments journal. Then we adjust accordingly. This is 116,000. So let me change it here. It was a typing error. So this is supposed to be 116,000. 116,000. Then the cash payments journal, the total is supposed to be not 404, not 40,000. It's supposed to be, just a moment. It's supposed to be 54,700. Those are the totals we are supposed to use. 54,400. 54,000. 54,700. So let's change it also. This is supposed to be 54,000. Yeah. This is 54,700. So the first thing you should do, should always carry the totals first. Then you start doing the work. Right. Now, let's go back to our question. So the question is asking for, I said we have to start ticking off. Then as we tick off, we must also check the additional information, okay? So I'm seeing a 5,000 here, cash deposit on the 2nd of March. Remember, this date, don't worry about it so much. What you need to know, what was the transaction for? So long as you see the transaction there, so let's check. They're saying the deposit on the 11th of March was monthly rent, the deposit monthly insurance premium, the deposit in 25. So I'm checking that 5,000, the direct deposit 29 March. So nothing has been said about this deposit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just tick it off, okay? So what do we do? How do we do with the ticking? Tick off this side. To say ticking off means that, okay, I've seen this figure, so I have to, just a moment, where is my pen? Okay, it means that you have seen the figure. So if you have seen the figure, please tick it off, okay? Even tick it off on your cash receipts, what? Cash receipts journal, okay? Then, why do you tick off? Ticking off means that you are not going to deal with that item, because remember, we are reconciling. We only need those items which never appeared on the statement, okay? Either in our cash journals or on the statement. So if I tick off, it means this one has been sorted. We are not going to deal with it. We're only looking for the items which are not appearing. Remember, I said I'm only first looking for the, sorry. Just a moment. We are comparing the bank account, not the cash receipts. There's not the analysis. So this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Okay. Here we are. So we are looking for, I'm comparing the bank account with the credit side, okay? With the plus. Now we have the 21,000, right? 21,000, which means this money came in. So this one, we have seen it. Even here, I have the 21,000. So that one, there's no problem. We have ticked it off. Then we go and look for the, remember, I first look at the bank statement. Then I check, I have the 15,000 here and the 15,000 here. This is the cash deposit. Let's check additional information. What are they talking about? 11 March. So nothing has been said about it, which means that amount is appearing both sides in your books and the bank statement. So the 21,000, we are going to come here. Sorry, the 15,000 is here. And even here we have the 15,000. So which means that man has reflected. Then we have the 12,000. Sorry, on the statement we have the 12,000. wanted to do this. So we have the 12,000. What is the 12,000? Cash deposit, 22nd. Okay, 12,000. Even here on the cash receipts journal, I have the 12,000. So there is a 12,000 here, and there is a 12,000 here on the 22nd. Okay. So I saw some additional information on the 22nd. Let's check it. What is it saying? Remember, I said that it is better to always look at your additional information. No, there is an additional information on the 22nd of 12,000. Okay, it's fine. So that date is fine. Then we have another plus. This one, 12,000 and 50. So 1,250. 1,250. Okay, there is another one here which we never saw in the cash receipts journal, the 70,000. So these ones which we have not seen, we just need to mark them. There is this one, 70,500. So just to put a star. Then even another plus is on this one. So it needs, we need. So those ones I'm putting a star, it means that we need to deal with them. Okay. Then there is 18,600. Let's check it in our cash payments journal. So the cash receipts journal, 18,600. It's not there, which means there is also 75 here. Before we go there, 75, we don't have it. Okay. Then there is 18,600. We don't also have it. So those ones have to deal with them. Now, everything that we have seen here, we have not ticked off. It has to be dealt with in the cash receipts journal here. We have to record it here, okay? Then anything we have not seen in our, which we have on our cash receipts journal, but is not on the statement, we have to enter it in the banker reconciliation statement here. Here. Where is it? No, there is our bank reconciliation statement. Sorry, here. So let's first look at, so which means even we have not seen the 18,000, which is this. Okay. So this topic is, you need to give it much attention because it requires really your attention. Now, first thing, what I'm going to do, let me go. Because when you mix up things here and there, you'll get confused. So the first thing now, let's go and record these items where they're supposed to be recorded, okay? Let's come here. I'm going to go to the cash receipts journal and start recording these items. But as I record them, I have to look for the additional information, okay? Now, the additional information talks about 7,500. Let's go there. I saw it. They are saying the deposit on the 11th of March. 11 March, which is this date, okay, was the monthly rent. So this description here, this information here assists us to determine how are we going to do the analysis. So how are we going to record this item in our bank reconciliation statement? So I'm going to go to our bank reconciliation statement, and who gave us the money? The money was given to us by, it is a direct deposit. Remember, a direct deposit, this is where someone just transfers the money to our account, right? So we never got a chance. This person, after depositing the money, he never gave us the proof of payment. So you didn't have a chance to look at the receipts to record them in your books. That's why it doesn't appear in your cash receipts journal. So we are going to go there. This was a direct deposit. Mashiane, and it was for rent, okay? 7,500. So I'm going to come here in my cash receipts journal. Now I'm recording what I never recorded, okay? So I'm going to say, this is who? Mr. Mashane. This is Mashane. He gave us 70,500. Remember how we recorded this? Even here, we're going to say 70,500. It was a sundry item. Remember, sundry accounts, we recorded them this side. So this was for rent. So we call it rent income. Okay. This was for rent income. Right. Now we go to the next item. The next item, which we never recorded. So this one, after recording it, now we can tick it off to say, okay, we are done with that. To avoid the confusion, now I can say, oh, I'm done with this one, right? To avoid having challenges to record it again. Now, there is 1,250 D-Dramin, okay? What was it for? Let's check additional information. So I'm jumping this one because we haven't dealt with it. It was a payment, so we are still dealing with the receipts which we never recorded in our books. So the directly deposit on 25 March was received from data D-Dramin to settle his account, right? So we are going to come here and say, okay, this data, remember data is someone who sold the goods on credit, okay? So this person is D, so he's paying his account. D-Dramin. D-Dramin. Just a moment, I need to erase this. So this was Mashane. Then this was D-Dramin, okay? He gave us, how much was it? He gave us 1,250, and they are saying that this amount was for, he's a debtor, so he was settling his debt. So we are going to come back here and we say D-Dramin gave us 1,000. It was 1,250. So 1,250. So this was debtors what? This was debtors control. This is debtors control. Just a moment. Okay, that was for debtors control. Then we have, let me check something here. Another account was for, another item was for whom? Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. We had another item was for what? Interest. We received the interest from the bank, 75 Rand. You see that? Remember, whenever you have you deposit, you keep money on your account, they always give you what? They keep interest there. They give you interest. Okay, interest is that amount you earn because of keeping money on your account, right? So the banker gave us some interest for received the interest of 75 rand. Okay. So this 75 rand, we're going to record it here. And how do we call that? Interest income, right? Unfortunately, they never gave us enough drawings here. So we're gonna add on more drawings for us here so that we can record everything. The table was not complete. It's fine. Now, let me record the interest. So we received, remember who gave us the interest? We need to know which banker is it. The banker is, which bank are we banking in? Our banker is called DISA Bank. So we got the interest from DISA Bank. So details we are going to say, DISA, this was DISA Bank. They gave us 75 rand. So even in sundry, 75 rand. So this was for interest income, okay? Interest income. Now we need to check another, if we received anything else. Let's check here. Remember, we are recording what was on the statement, and we never recorded it in our books. So when I check here, 18,600, we never recorded it. It was a cash deposit. So we need to check. We need to check what was that money for. They are saying in additional information, they are saying cash deposit 29. So let's check additional information here. The direct deposit 29 was wrongly deposited into the business account. So we don't need to record this because it was a wrong deposit. So if it was a wrong deposit, we have to deal with it in the bank reconciliation statement, okay? So we don't need to record this, okay? So we are done with this. So it's better to tick them off so that they don't disturb you when you are doing your own, the other work, when you're doing with the other items, okay? So I'm done with that transaction. I'm done with this one. I'm done with the, so this one is going to be BRS, bank reconciliation statement. So we don't need to record it because it was not our money, you understand? So what we need to do, so this one, we don't need to record it in our updated cash receipts journal. So what do we do? Which means now we have to take the totals now, okay? To add up and get the correct totals. All right. Okay. We are going to do what? Yes, so we have to add up the totals. I'm adding up here. I have to add up here. So how much are you getting there? So when I add up here, I have remember we changed that figure. We said it is 116,000. No, 11,600 plus 70,500 plus 1,250. I'm only adding the total in the banker column plus 75, right? How much am I getting? I'm getting my total as 20,425. Okay, and 25. This is what I'm looking for. Let me erase this because it will confuse us here. Even here, let me remove it. Okay, 25 here. Then this one, even if we don't add, it's fine. We shall need only this figure. Okay, now we go to the debit side. Or to be on a safer side, let's also take the items which we found. You know, you have to do it in steps, okay? You have to take now the items which you found in your cash receipts journal, okay? Here, and you never saw them on the statement so that you can record them there. And where are you going to record it? We're going to record this in the bank reconciliation statement, okay? Remember, bank reconciliation statement is a continuation of, we are going to record this here. This banker statement, if you look at it, it's a continuation of the bank reconciliation statement. The BRS is the continuation of your banker statement, which you got from the bank, okay? So it's a continuation of this. It is a continuation of this. So we are going to apply the principles which are done by the bank. Remember, I said that whenever bank debits, for us, we are paying. Whenever it credits, for us, we are receiving money. Reason of that, at this level, let me just give you a clue. It's because when you give money in the bank, whenever you give money, by the way, this one confuses students because they think that whenever money comes in, we have to credit. But remember, this statement is not for you, it's for the bank. So whenever you put money in the bank account, it means that the bank is owing you that money. It's not their money. So you are increasing a liability to them. You understand? So that's why remember, liability increases by crediting it. So that's why whenever you deposit, they credit. Whenever you withdraw, they debit. Reason is, it's a liability. A liability, whenever liability increases, remember, when a liability increases by crediting and the liability decreases by debiting. So you remember that accounting equation and general ledger. So that one shows that for them, whenever you give them money, whenever you deposit money in the bank, you are creating a liability to them, right? Okay. So what are we going to do now? We are going to go, I'm saying that the bank reconciliation statement is a continuation of this. Sorry, I'm using a different question. The bank reconciliation statement is a continuation of this statement, okay? Of this crediting and debiting, Right, now, what are we taking there? The first thing you should do, always take this amount is what we start with in the BRS, okay? If it's a credit balance, you see it's a plus. If it's a credit balance, this is what you start with here in the BRS, okay? Here, okay? So we are going to say credit balance as per bank statement. As per bank what? Sorry, I'm writing in the wrong part. Sorry. Sorry for that. We are going to come here down here, and we say credit balance as per banker here. we are going to say credit balance as per bank statement. Okay, credit balance as per bank statement. So when I come here, I'm starting with that credit balance, which is this. Credit balance, which is this. Where is that? Let me check here. Okay, where do we get the credit balance? The credit balance, we get it from here. We get the credit balance from 85,800, okay? 85,800. This is our credit what? Balance. So it's what I'm going to start with in the what? In the reconciliation. So it's a credit balance, so I'm going to write it is 85. How much? 85,800. Okay. 85,800. Okay. Is what I'm going to start with here. Then I'm going to go and look for that item. Let's come here. You see there is that item which we never recorded here. Okay. Here. Okay. So this item, we are going to put it where? We are going to, remember, the client gave us money, our customer gave us money, but the bank never did what? The bank never recognized that payment, okay? They never recorded it. So we have to record it now. And how much was it? 18,000. So we have to go to the bank, to the banker reconciliation statement, and then we record it there. So we are going to say credit outstanding deposit. Credit outstanding deposit. And how much was the deposit? It was for 18,000. So in other words, the bank was supposed to record for us this amount and they never recorded it. So we have to assist them to record it. So this is, it was 18,000. Okay. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. So now we have to look for, there is an amount they talked about. You see this amount? The 18,600, they talked about it, okay? 18,600, by the way, I never ticked off this. We finished it. Even this one, we finished it. We don't need to do, but there is this one that 18,600, we have to deal with it. They said that that amount, if we check additional information, it was on the 29th of March. So they said that the direct deposit on 29th March was wrongly deposited into the business what? Account, okay? So we shall deal with it also. We shall deal with it on its own line where it's supposed to be. Then, now what we have to do now, we have to go and compare our cash receipts journal, sorry, our cash payments journal and the debit side of the bank statement, okay? Our cash payments journal. our cash payments journal. Where is the cash payments journal? Okay, so we have now we're going to compare our bank column, this, okay, with our, we are going to compare this with our debits, okay. So first we have this, okay, and this, so they have appeared. Now I'm sure you know how to tick off, okay. Then we have 2,500, it has appeared. Even here we tick it off. Now we have to move very quickly. Then we have, there is a 125 here, cash handling fees, okay. We never do it with this. Remember, what is this amount for? This amount, the banker is not providing services for us for free, so they have to charge us, okay. So this one, we don't see it in our cash payments journal. We have to deal with it. Then there is the 3,600. Do we have it here in our cash payments journal? Yes, you agree with me, we do have it. Then there is 4,800 on the statement. Remember, I check the statement first, then I go here. Yes, it is here. So there is 5,200. What is 5,200 here? Yes, it is there. So it has appeared both sides, so we don't need to deal with it anymore. We have to tick it off. There is 1,900. 1,900. There is 3.9. 3.9 doesn't appear, so we have to put a star on it. No, I think it would be better if I use a different color to make. Let me use a different color for you here so that you can know. Now for debits, I'm using a different color, please. Let me use that. Let me use this. For debits, let me use this so that you can easily identify them. Let me use that also. So for debits, let's use a different color. Then 1.9, 1,900, it is there. Even here, it is here. So we take it off. So I said here, let's use this color so that you can easily identify. 3.6, 3,600, I'm seeing it here. Even here, it has appeared. Then there is, we don't have that. 20,100, it is here. Even here we have it. We have the 2,000. It's not here, but here we have it, so we have to deal with it. Then we have 2,012, we don't have it. 3,600 again. County Council, we don't have it in our cash payments journal. 388 EFT charges, we don't have it. Okay. Now, these ones we don't have again. These are debits, which means money was being taken out of our account, right? So it means we have now to put them in our cash payments journal. Okay. Remember, I told you I took the totals already. These totals I said is what we start with, these ones. So I took them, is the first thing I did when we are starting, okay? So I have to come back here in my cash payments journal, and I record those items in the cash payments journal, okay? Now, I have to record those items which have not appeared, okay? Which are on the statement, but I never saw them in the previous cash payments journal, in the original cash payments journal, which I prepared. So we are going to look at which items are here. There is 125 cash handling fees, debit order, service fees, EFT charges. So you see all these fees, this one and this one, we call them bank charges, okay? So we add them together. You're going to add with me and get one total, okay? We get one total, and then we do one amount, okay? We record one amount. We don't add, I'm going to show you. So we are going to add 125 plus only the bank charges. Service fees was plus 212 plus 388. So I'm getting 725. So we are going to come here. Which bank is that? That is DISA Bank. DISA Bank removed the money from our account, okay? So we are going to say bank charges here. We call them bank. Yeah, let me call them bank. Sorry. It is DISA Bank coming here. I'm sorry for that. We are here. So we are going to call it DISA Bank. DISA Bank. So we have added the full amount was how much? 725, okay? 725. Remember, why do we record it in the cash payment journal? They removed the money from our account, okay? So we're going to say 725. And then here we say, what was it for? It was for bank charges, okay? It was for bank charges. Now we have another amount here. We have another amount. Another amount is for another amount. We go back to the statement. Where is the statement here? So this one has been sorted. Sorry. So I said whatever you finish, you tick off, okay? So whatever you finish, you tick off. So you're going to come here and we tick off this. So this one has been dealt with. This one has been not yet. This one has been dealt with. And this one has been dealt with. So now we have other items. There is 3,600 here. What was it for? We have to check what it was for in additional information so that we can record it correctly and with the proper description. Let's go in additional information here. The deposit, okay, that one. A direct deposit on 25, sorry. The debit owed on 20 March was the monthly insurance premium. What is 20 March? 20th March, debit order. Remember debit order, this is where the 3.9, this one, okay? 3,900. So a debit order is this where you order the bank to be deducting your money in advance, okay? So every month on the 20th, they deduct from our account, from this business's account, quick 3,900, and it's paid to quick insurers, okay? So we are going to go and record this because we never recorded it in our books. So we're going to come here and we say quick insurance. This is quick insurers. How much did we pay them? It is 3,000. The banker gave them 3,900. What was it for? So even here we say 3,900. This amount was for insurance we are paying for. So the expense was for insurance. Then another amount we have is this one, 3.6. We have to look for. It is town council. So let's go and check what they're talking about it. So remember I said that whatever you finish, you tick it off. You say, okay, I'm done with this, so that you don't get confused. So the debit order, this one we haven't done with it, the direct deposit. So the debit order on 31st March to the town council was for water and electricity. So I'm going to come here and say water and electricity. Whom were they paying for? Town council, okay. Water and electricity here. Sorry, they were paying for. The details we are going to say town council, okay. Town council, we paid them 3,600, 3,600. So it was for water and electricity, okay. Water and electricity. Then I have to go back and check if I've done everything. So even this one is done. So I have to tick it off and say, okay, we are done with this also, which is okay. Then after that, we can go and see, check out. So this one not yet, that one is done, that one done, not one, this one not yet. Now, after recording, let me come here and tick off to say, oh, even you, we are done with you. So you see now when you check your statement from the bank, all the items have been dealt with, right? Except this one, okay? This 18,600, which we have to take to the bank reconciliation statement, as we shall see. Now, we have to go and now record the items which were in our statement, like this one. I wrote in it. Let me do this quickly. This 2,000, you see it. Someone gave us money and it was not recorded by the bank, right? So we have to go and record it in our books, on the bank reconciliation statement, okay? So let's go to our solution and see who gave us the money. Sorry, we paid QQ stores, but the bank never recorded it. Remember, for your information is that items always happening by the end of, on the last day of the month, they are most likely not to appear on the statement. Why? Because the statement has already been processed. So this person, we paid them, but by the time we paid them, the statement was already processed. So the transaction never appeared on the what? On the statement. So we are going to come here in our bank reconciliation statement. Or before we go there, by the way, let's add this. Let's add this total and we get the corrected total, okay? So the corrected total is 54,700, okay? That, remember, you start with this one you got from the cash journal, plus 725 plus 3,900, okay, plus 3,600. So the total I get here is 62,925. Okay. So I want you to watch these figures. We shall use them as we proceed. Now, when we reach here, we have to come here and say debit outstanding EFT. Remember, they used to be checks, but now we call them EFT. So you're going to say debit outstanding EFT. EFT. Now we no longer use checks, we call them electronic funds what? Transfer. I'm sure your teacher might have told you that in class. Right. So we are going to list the EFTs here. One, we have EFT number what? Let me check. EFT number, okay, this one. Sorry, EFT number 9, EFT 9, yeah, EFT 9. This is EFT number 9. How much was it for? This was for, let me check. It was for 2,000 Rand, okay? So it was for 2,000 Rand. So after recording it, now I'm taking it off to say that, no, I'm sorted with you. EFT number, it was for 2,000. So remember, we are paying, so we have to debit, okay? Then, is there anything? So after dealing with it, I'm going to come to that information which talked about it and sort it out, take it off, okay? Sorry, what was that? So this one, I'm done with it. Even the additional information about it, I have to take it off. Remember, I said that it's going to, not this one. No, not this one. Right. Now we go to, there is this information here, the direct deposit on 29 March. Remember, this item comes, such items, they come, this amount comes when we do what? When we have sorted out each and everything, okay? When we have sorted out each and everything. So we have to look what, so they are saying the direct deposit on 29 March was wrongly deposited into the business account. The bank will rectify this on the next statement. So it's not our money, right? So this money was going to someone else, and then it was deposited to our account. So we have to remove it. Remember, the aim here is to get what actually belongs to us, right? So we are going to say, debit deposit wrongly credited. So they credited it, so we have to take it out. So how much is that? That amount was, let me confirm, that amount was for, so I'm done with this. Let me take it off. And where is that amount? The amount was from the direct deposit, cash deposit on the 29, right? 18,600. So this one is gonna be 18,600. So I'm going to write it here. This is 18,600. Okay. So from this step, we have to add the credit side. It means that we have dealt with each. Let me confirm to see properly. If I check here, I'm done dealing with each and every what item. My cash receipts journal has been done properly. Cash payments journal has been done properly. I've ticked everything off. Then when I check my bank statement, everything has been dealt with, okay? So additional information, everything has been dealt with. So it means that now I'm done with everything. So what am I supposed to do? Now I have to go and start adding up my totals. Let me go to the reconciliation here, the bank reconciliation statement here. It is in my bank reconciliation statement, in my answer book, I'm going to have, let me add the debit side, the credit side first. Let's add this side and see. The credit side is 85,800 plus 18,000. How much are we getting? I'm getting 10,000. So I'm going to come here and say, let me first get the totals. You see, we do this in process, in process, okay? So this one gives me 100,300 and 3,800, okay? Which I must also have, you know how to balance the ledgers, 10, 3, 800. But this side, I don't have the same amount, right? So I have to add this side and get what's the difference. So I'm going to just subtract off these two, minus 2,000, okay. So minus 2,000, getting that minus 18,600. My balance is 83,200. I'm sure you're also getting the same. So when I put, remember, we always put it on the side which is smaller, okay, to balance off the account. So how do we call this? We call this, it's going to be a credit balance, a debit balance as per banker what? Statement. So this is going to be a debit balance. Anyway, let me first wait. Let me balance off my account here in the general ledger and see how much am I getting. Remember, you know this, how to do the general ledger. We are going to get our total receipts here. Total receipts on the debit side. Now we are taking the actual amount here, which we have 20,425, okay? Then credit side we have, these are total payments, okay? These are total payments. Total payments, they are saying it is 62925. 62925. So this minus this, what's the difference? 62925 minus something, they made a mistake somewhere, 2425. The difference is 42,500. Let me first put it here, 42,500. You see this amount is not the same as what we get here, okay? So something is wrong, which means we shall need to correct. They made a mistake here. I want you to take a note of this. We need to correct it. The mistake they made in the question is that they took this amount, the amount they used here, the 118,960 and 40,400, they took wrong balances, okay, which we need to correct. So I wanted to finish this lesson here. So which means let's take whatever they took and then we use those figures, then we shall be able to get to the right answer. Let's leave alone what we corrected, the correct figures from the statement. Let's use what they used and then get to the right figure. See if we get the actual amount which we need to get. So when we use those figures they got, which means we have to remove this one. We are going to take a different total because there is something I need to explain to you. We have to take their totals they took, and then let's use the totals they used here so that our answer can make what? Sense. Okay, let's use, because it has to balance, let's use 118. Let's assume it was what we had in our, let's continue their mistake they made by carrying the figures, plus 70,500 plus 1,250 plus 75. I'm getting, this question had some, they took wrong balances, okay? They took wrong balances. So the total here, let me write the total with a different amount, is 127,785, okay? So please, I remind you that they took wrong totals from the cash journals. So let's go with their wrong totals, and then so that our answer can make sense. We have 400 plus 725 plus 3,900 plus 3,600. So the total now is how much? The total, yeah, I think you are adding with me. So the total I get now is how much? The total I get is 48,625. So if we put these totals here, total receipts, 127,777. I'm taking this total here. I'm sure you remember this. 85. Remember, this is a bank account. We have to debit all receipts and we credit all payments. So here I'm going to have 48. Okay. 48,625. Okay. So let me subtract these two and see what I get. I'm getting 1,277,85, 1,277,85 minus 48,625. I'm getting 79. Okay, we are going to take it like that. So we always write the total on the side which is smaller. This is balance carried down, which is 79,160. I'm wondering why it's not balancing off. I'm wondering why my balances are not the same. Maybe we left out something. Okay, let's take it like that. 1,277,85. 1,277,85. Okay. I wanted to show you something. Let me add these figures again. Maybe there is some total we wrote wrongly. I'll need to cross-check. 800 plus 18,000 minus 2,000, and we never left here, minus 18,600. It is 83. That. So it means now we need to do what? Let me check this again. It says debit balance as per bank account. I'm using this line because I don't have enough space. Please, this figure here, this question had some errors, which the figures are not balancing, but I'll cross-check and see what happened, because this total here must be the same total here, okay? It must be the same total like this one. These totals must be the same. These ones, they must be the same totals, this and this. If they are equal, it means that we have correctly done our bank reconciliation. So the totals, remember in the exam, don't force those totals to be equal. The way they mark this paper is that the way they mark accounting is that every right entry you make, whenever you make a right entry, they grade you for that. You get a mark for that. So in rare cases, remember when you are in the exam anxiety, you are so stressed. Sometimes in most cases, and then you find that these totals will never be the same. Please, in accounting, don't force them to balance off, okay? But maybe in our next question, we shall find that they are balancing off. So we need to find out what was the problem. But I see this question had a lot of some kind of errors. But remember, error is still human. Even in your final exams, they always have errors. Or maybe we wrote, remember, it is easy here in your account to make a mistake. Maybe we left out 1 0 in one of the amounts, and then definitely it will not balance. But we need to find out what's the difference here. Okay, quickly, let me find out the difference between the two. The difference between our totals, minus 79,160. The difference is 40. So we don't have such an amount in our question. 4,040 rand. That's the difference. We don't have such an amount. So that is our first question on bank reconciliation, but then we shall be looking at more. So we have done most of the work. Actually, I can say we are done with the question, but please try to do what? This question is a must come. It must be there in your exams, okay? Yes, have a good day. I can say goodbye. Thank you so much. How are you, everyone? My name is ISHAC.